on. It's time to get into game number 47 here, as we're going to go to Erangel. The plane descends once again, and the runway is all lit up and good to go. It's time to head over to Pansy and Demon for all the action. Once again, it's Erangel, game number 47. Let's go, go, go.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. And yeah, absolutely going to echo what you guys just said. I'm absolutely tuning in for PL tonight to see who the top 5 teams will be that will be going through to the GLL Grand Slam. It's going to be very entertaining. It's very, very close as well. If you haven't seen any of that, be sure to tune in to the boys. So, I should mention Rachel's there as well, not just boys.
Yeah, sexism addict.
Oh my God.
Rachel's out there killing it as well. I've got to say, like, beast moding it out there.
Yeah, she's done so many things.
She
It's
crushes
like,
it.
I mean,
Like, what's going on?
Like we've obviously been around for so long, doing various
We're
games.
old.
Look, even when I was doing 2011 MLGs and IPLs, like back in League of Legends days, she was out there still then doing it with interviews with the StarCraft guys and all this. Like, yeah, it's she's been around.
Always makes me laugh though when people are like, "Oh, she doesn't know anything." I'm like, she knows more about esports than most. Like, chill out by now.
Yeah.
Let's see what's been going down in the beautiful Erangel. I love this map. You know, it makes me so happy. I don't know why. It just does.
Erangel, it's like home, isn't it?
It
It's
does.
just like, oh.
It's like, you know, you used to play
You
Daisy.
actually sat cross-legged on your chair.
Don't
That's
ask
impressive. I
right
didn't know
now.
you could even do that on these things. I certainly couldn't. I think I'd be like, what was his name? The CSGO player that just went whoop, straight over the back.
There's been a few.
The big dude used to be Cloud9.
Freakazoid.
Freakazoid, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, long time ago. But look. It's a Western Circle, an
Eastern Circle.
Eastern Circle.
Never
sorry.
eat shredded wheat.
No, I know, that's it. Yeah,
Naughty
Northeast,
elephant squirt water.
The news. No, that doesn't work.
Can you tell we're a little bit into the season?
You can tell I've had 2 energy drinks today. I'm a little wired. But yeah, ENCE have got themselves circles. So this is one of the circles we obviously had.
Can we just take a second to appreciate this is the best that ENCE has had so far, right?
No,
like we're like, this is an ENCE circle.
It's not,
it just touches
I mean,
Starbucks.
this is a circle we had probably about 11 of the circles in this sort of area. I think this is pretty much, they did pretty well in these ones. I mean, obviously you got Razor Edge. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Razor Edge, they're getting shot at. I think they were having a little peek towards heaven. They were, yeah. Mikaz with an iron-sighted mutant in heaven. Okay. Faster, I was like, I'm not sure whether I should be scared or just like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
I remember I was like, no, the mutant's gonna be sick. It's like, is it though? Is it?
There's still people that stand by it.
Yeah, but those people are wrong. It's fine. You can be wrong. We accept it. And I'd actually like to know, out of all the kind of like, let's not talk like trash tier guns like the SMGs. I know they can be viable, but out of all like the mid pack, you know what I mean? Like all the ARs, that sort of thing. Like, apart from the mutant, what else is like trash tier? I want to know what people think, because I always find it quite funny. Like everyone's got preference.
Everybody ever said their own personal favorite as well. Like sometimes random ones out there. Obviously, we heard. I think it was Kane that was talking about the DP. Like
he used to like it, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it was him that was talking about like he thought that was going to be the meta. There's always these things, and obviously, you know, as pro players, they've got to be looking towards that because they're looking at the 7.62 ammo and thinking there's a lot of bullets. We might be able to massacre vehicles, and that was sort of how the meta was at the time. But
yeah, people still don't rate the barrel. The thing is, like, the barrel absolutely slaps up
used
close.
more often.
Yeah, if it's close quarters, that thing is an animal. It's just like, once you get beyond like 100 meters, it's like, nah, I don't know where those bullets are going.
Yeah,
it's just, oh, barrel streeps having a big old time. Yeah, the DP is great for like cars and catching rotations. And like early game, it's not that bad, but like it's so just not viable these days. I think the M416 so far has been like the most utilized throughout.
Yeah, definitely. That and the AK. M19, M19, I know I brought them in. That's because we're talking guns. No, M19 popped in my head. But I was looking, I wanted to talk about Pittsburgh Knights because they're really slow to group up here because everybody's already rotating. They're very spread out still. We've already obviously seen that, well, we know where ENCE want. They want heaven. And everybody else is going to get there. Razor Edge, with Fastral, he's already gone and occupied that yellows, which I'm wondering, I was going to say, DA, that is a beautiful shot from Ira, but it's quickly responded with. Grammar gets the second down as well.
Sick headshot then.
That is going to be Vitality's compound. Now, Vitality and DA have been clashing a number of times as well.
Wait, Liquid's turning up. Liquid's not far from this. I think they might have just seen and heard this going on. And yeah, DA, they're trying to do a one front, but there's another team rocking up to this. Jeems takes it. Oh, the turn from Jeems! That That was huge.
So it's just Sixmo to deal with in here, and Ibby's joined him. So now we're going to see them. Yeah, Sixmo's in the vehicle. He's gone. He's gone. He's getting out of there. The question is, can he get away? Raise your edge. We're getting a peek.
Oh
Fast
my
Rail had just come
God.
over along with Menox.
This compound is being fought for. I think Raise Your Edge might just have to hold themselves back. They do have the hillside here, but I don't know if they want to commit for it. It's already been taken over. Look, there's a car park.
It's known as the Liquid Compound. It's a risky play to challenge them at the best of times. And now they turn up. Everyone's like, okay, Liquid there now. It's there.
Oh, and yeah.
Yeah, that's just confirming
down.
there's
We've got
just
Sixmo still on the run.
executions going on in the compound now.
Got to say that chat, Hayes sits in chat. He is your backseat gamer. He sits there. He's like, yeah, guys, nice rotation. Everyone's going, nice coaching, Hayes.
Wow.
You guys are brutal.
That's a bit harsh.
They're so mean. It's
That's a
great.
bit
I love
harsh.
it. I love a little bit of the flame going on. It's all good fun and games until Hayes cries. But looking at this one, it is going to be pretty brutal around that area. There's not going to be like loads of compounds there, so the ones that you go for will probably have teams in them by now. I'm surprised the Knights didn't get punished more than this. They're fine.
Yeah.
They've been able to kind of fall back
Well, it's
towards
'cause of
Snark
that,
and
I
Reels.
guess,
Yeah, they're doing all right. They've managed to make it out. ENCE kind of where they are. Truthfully, he's a little on his own, but I think he can make it back there. The North won't have too many teams coming down from it just yet. There will be the longer rotations.
This is a circle that's going to benefit from Erangel version 2 as well. This would work out well. The warehouse has been massively buffed, and more importantly, you guys at home can get to see all the little dips and divots on the map. The actual map will show us exactly where they're going. But anyway, we can all hope and dream it's going to be coming soon. FaZe Clan, it's a standard spot for them. TSM are going to be rocking up near them as well. G2 just coming out of their standard loot spree. But what's going on in the north? Because Reciprocity and Unity went up into North George, it's going to cause some interesting rotations. There's a lot of ground to cover up there, but I'm thinking and looking at Rex rotation, they're going to come bumper car into Unity here.
And I do worry about Reciprocity. Clearly frustrated. You can check it on their social media about something that happened the last game. And if they're an emotional team, they tilt, they get frustrated. It's going to take them a little bit of a second or two to untilt. That frustration that you have. So hopefully that kind of won't echo throughout this game. Hopefully we'll see that later game once they get in towards the circle.
Okay, now Unity are very much known for pulling up on people. Whether good or bad.
Yeah, it's debatable, but...
It's debatable whether it's had much success. But now, okay, so... Oh my God, Win Strike are coming as well.
Everyone's
I was
going
just
for
about to say, now the Unity no record gone up there, they could end up camping them down on one of the far roads. They could sort of undercut them effectively, to use a Formula 1 term. But Win Strike now coming alongside Unity as well. This is getting very
they're trying to
crowded.
shuffle in. I think they're in the bigger compound, like the triple building next to Trifley, if I remember these compounds well enough. No, they're actually not that far across. I think Trifley's got that compound and they've got the smaller one here. Well within vision of Raise Your Edge. I think Tab's under fire from Raise Your Edge. They're out in the yellows in the field. They took that one over before. A bit of a 2-2 this time. That hillside yet to be completely littered with teams. Last time FaZe got themselves up there. That was really, really rife. Let's just keep tabs on the kind of likes of TSM, because again, they're quite split up, but it's not exactly filled with players down there. Na'Vi trying to find a way through by G2, and G2 are trying to consolidate their players as well. So Na'Vi could maybe catch one in transition, get some damage. You don't want to lose out on Chris. This guy is still probably one of the better fraggers here, along with Fuzzface.
Yep, Chris is going to join the team. So G2, interesting that they've chose to go all the way there. I mean, obviously they come out of farm, so it's pretty close by. TSM's still got that big wide spread, haven't they?
Yeah, it doesn't, I don't want to say it worries me. It doesn't yet. It's the next circle how they try and play it out.
Yeah, I think with the fact that they know that Reciprocity and Unity went up in the north, they know that their backs are safe, effectively. Nobody's going to come in over from Sosnovka, so unless someone takes a deep rotate like M19 continues south. But here's Unity coming in. This is what I was talking about, right? Because Reciprocity went all the way around the Starber Hill, they're still coming in, and now they're coming into Unity, who are settled, and they're too late to that compound. It's such a wide rotate that they've took. Winstrike are doing the same thing, and Rec could end up getting straight. Oh, Unity are going to go straight into CrowCrowd. That's not good.
No, it's not. Na'Vi on the move. Look at TSM as well. They're going right past Wanted. I don't know where they're going to go.
TSM are going for the dip, aren't they?
Are they?
Actually, no.
I don't know where they're going to go.
That's the only thing
here.
they can go for.
Yeah, there's nothing available unless they crash now. They could crash Mansion, but Drayden's there. Drayden, I think, is on the outside of maybe the kind of garage building that's just on the outskirts of it. He's going to open fire. I don't think anyone's actually in the Mansion area itself within the gated fields or gated area.
We're going to use this as a fight who can own the actual color, because it's been annoying me the whole time that these teams have a similar color. Orange goes down. That's going to be confirmed. Sampai gets that. The rest of CrowCrowd coming in. Reciprocity coming into the north side of Yasnaya
That's very nice, that nade.
Kemba's off angle as well. Yeah, Dastish down. Ooh.
I don't know if they're going to be able to get him out of this house for now, because Senpai has no meds, so he can't push this.
Yeah, he's got nothing. How bad a looting spree has he had?
CrowCrowd, though, the sport's coming. So here comes the old cavalry. Please drop me a bandage. Papa, please.
He's so low on everything.
It's a bit of a garbage loot. Blaston's trying to keep him safe from the outskirts, but his timing could be a problem because CrowCrowd are at the door. One good nade could catch them all out here, and that's what CrowCrowd are looking for.
Yeah. Where did he just throw that one? It seemed like he was cooking it and just lobbed it at the wall. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of gone madly wrong. But this could be tricky. They've allowed Unity to get all back up on their feet.
The scary thing is, though, for Unity, yeah, I'm glad Tizzarin's done this, because if you get locked up there, there's no way out other than the stairwell, so he's trying to find an off angle.
And they can't push the front because Blaston's got the other building, so Tab kind of needs to get involved, but Tab's getting shot at. Tizzarin's just going to hop up on high. Yeah, they can't go from the front door. The granny flats, as people like to call this one.
Never wanted to say that phrase, it sounds a bit weird. Oh, look at these old dodgy nades Orange is trying to put out. It's not going to work. It's just going to damage the car. If anything, we're trying to find angles. They're just so pinned in. Tizzarin does get down set. That's pretty good going. Trade comes back in, though, as you'd expect. And I imagine right now the observers are losing their mind because everyone's the same color. Senpai on the sort of hip fire. Doesn't really work out, but the trades are there. CrowCrowd are holding on, but it feels like eventually it's going to just be taken away from them.
Well, Orange lands yet more big headshots. Reciprocity and a little peek on this one. Tab's thinking, do I just go for it? My own team are in there, but I don't
coming in as well.
That's going to get pushed in the back there.
Win Strike are very close by now.
Got Dastish, yeah. They're just driving in the other side of the house now. Now, Blaston going to be hearing that car pulling up, thinking what's going on. They've actually gone for there's a little shack near the side, but as soon as they hear all this action, they may well try and third party as much as they can.
God, there's no meds on CrowCrowd.
Yeah.
Tab's just had to use bandages, and if Reciprocity, I don't know if they can get line of sight here. That's not a bad nade, though. That's actually a really good nade.
Oh, dear.
Oh, it's so good. CrowCrowd.
Orange again.
That's so cruel, but
And
look at
Winstrike.
Winstrike.
Yep.
It's next one up. Blaston's been spotted. Good tag, good cover fire from teammate, allowing Tixu and Nuki to get close with those nades. They're going to be put up to place. I don't know if Blaston can avoid those. I think he can. But now the rest of Unity, look, no helmet, barely any meds on them as well. At least they got a couple more bandages than CrowCrowd, but Winstrike are in this building.
Well, they've rested each other about 3 times already as well, so there's not too much. And any external action,
That's what you get
Reciprocity are pushing for it, Dimmy.
Intimidated himself.
Dimmy. It's all right. It's all right. Nobody. Oh, no, we saw it. We all saw it. It's all right. He's back.
I'm just glad whoever prone died then. That makes
So
me
anyway,
very happy.
the circle did shrink, and ENCE, who we saw obviously getting into heaven earlier on, forcing Fast Rail away, has actually benefited from it. Rage decided to give up on the yellows. They realised that the 2-2 is probably too risky, and they're going for the high ground of Yasnaya.
Well,
risky play, I would say, that one.
But this is their territory, right? If you want to look at a team who should feel comfortable in Yasnaya, wherever it is, even if the outskirts in the hospital building or whatever, it should be them. This is where they loot, this is where they start, so they should be feeling really good about this. Reciprocity, decent enough position there on the kind of standalone house. This looks like a crash from FaZe Clan.
G2, yeah.
Yeah, G2 are here, and G2 are going to be more than up for this fight. Big compound to fight over as well.
They're both kind of pulled up at the same time here. This is kind of not ideal. That's a good nade going out. Kate's going to eat that one, I think. Is it ever going to go off? There we go. I was just waiting for it. 80 blow has been confirmed. Orange still going off, spraying as much as he can. He got Nuki down at the same time, but Unity will fall 14th place as G2 and FaZe continue.
Oh, this is big work from FaZe though so far. That's a nice response. Going to take down the man, trying to keep the fire going through those windows, keep him pinned to the compound. But how much more can they do? Fuzzface is there. This man has been fragging out. Uber's nade is perfect. This puts all the pressure on towards Udyr.
Uber, little cheeky nade, that one. Forces Udyr back, gets a couple of shots in the back, finishes off Brexcope. Now Udyr, the last man, FaZe pushing the compound. I think Fuzz is just sweeping around the outside. Is he going to get his... He's going to get Mexi back on his feet, or is he?
Where's
because
that nade?
Udyr's going straight at him.
Where's that nade gone? Has it gone too far or is it good? No, it just bounced far away. If only he'd get it, that could have been a double pickup.
And he's had to give up. He got the res back up. Ooh, that nade from Uber just behind him. Just catches him out, but Mexi's managed to get back up on his feet.
So many nades, it's obscene. Nade the car. You might as well at this point. There you go, hold the other side so we can't run away from it. That could be a pickup if it did actually go off. It doesn't in the end.
TSM just caught Mexi in the back.
TSM, where have they just come from? They're in the south.
Yeah, they've come out of Mansion. They've pushed out of it. And that's Mexi done and flushed. Who did take a big old chunk on the last man. It's causing problems for FaZe Clan. As they... no, I don't think they're even going to risk pushing him. I don't think they're going to risk it. They're just going to sit building to building at the moment.
The woodland creatures of TSM just living in the forest. They're going to fall back to their mansion, a mythical mansion they're holding.
Where's Sixmo
DA,
going?
Yeah. It's not time to center up yet for DA. It's later game, and they just fly in.
Maybe just pull up underneath ENCE and see if that works out. But I like Reciprocity as 2-2. That's nice. It's a good center situation. Considering the massive, wide rotate them and Win Strike had, it's actually kind of worked out for them because it had this northern yoink in the circle. Fuzz is still pushing this one. Just keeping him. He can't have much left to throw out. Oh. Liquid have pushed over the road on Navi here.
Circle as well. That's quite interesting. This south side is going to be brutal. Navi in the low ground. They're going to have to fight uphill, and they've done that. Taking down James is big. Bestalosh knows that. He's going to try and get a little closer so he can prone down, deny line of sight. And this is Reels healing in the blue.
I don't know why, but there we go. Puckamolder gets James down. The nades keep coming through, and Ibby's just trying to crawl away from it. I can hear some vehicles as well. Getting up. The Circlers took a massive hard shift to the northeast.
Oh, the timing could not be better here. Look at Senya pushing right up on him. That's a tag. I thought he could have had more than that. I thought that was his chance to take down
the Knights are coming in behind him. The Knights are coming in behind Navi. They're coming in on vehicles. They're all going to be piling in straight behind Navi. Navi going over the hillside onto Team Liquid, but they got to watch their backs. They're going to be pushing into the smoke, so it might work out for them, but I think they just caught wind of it. Yeah, Aduzi spins around and realizes the danger coming from behind, and he rips Wanted face off.
Can't do much more though, can't transfer onto a second. Where's the trade back in here? It's not come through. Pokemon is doing everything he can. The Knights are bleeding by the wayside. They've just lost out on everyone.
Yeah, that has not gone well. They were trying to pull up for the free kills. It's actually bought Liquid time.
Yeah,
while that was happening, FaZe Clan made a crash onto Reciprocity's compound. That's backfired. Reciprocity pulled in their reinforcements and got everyone back on their feet. Reels looking for Gemty. He's going to be coming out of the blue here. Ibby should see him and give him the information.
Oh, Reels is trying to play the timing really well off this hillside. I don't know what he's going to be able to catch out. I think there might be a member of Liquid to his left so he can make the call to Gemty. There's someone in the blue potentially. And Gemty's just running it. That's it. That's all he can do. The Knights are losing out on players and Reels is losing out on his life. I don't see a vehicle. He might just try and take Gemty with him. He has no idea. There we go. Spots it out. What a shot from Reels.
He's almost finished empty.
Oh my God, Reels. If you'd done that, you'd have been the MVP. Gemty's lost though.
Yeah,
he can't be saved.
He's had to leave Gemty. This is not good. The brothers, you hate to see it when the brothers got to leave a man down, but it's going to work out. ENCE are going for it. They're going for the little ditch on the road, so everybody on the rotate while that was all playing out. Bestalosh finishes and steals away the kill, and Samty pulls up and dies.
Oh, Squeaky. Banging out shots. Yeah, everyone's kind of made their way through. Bestalosh is miles in the blue.
Wow.
He's got himself a car.
No. Let's have a look, guys. ENCE have just got... So Reciprocity, they got pushed by FaZe and regrouped and got all into the same compound. And ENCE scouted that so well, they've gone to that... That's such a strong compound as well that Reciprocity have left open. And ENCE are coming out of heaven straight into the bang central position. NIP going for the hill behind Razor Edge. We're watching Sixmo. But the match-winning moment, there it is, probably.
There we go. Seeing ENCE get that one. It is a bit of a split with Reciprocity, who has the better ground, I guess. If you want to be fighting out of those compounds, you could argue Reciprocity have a better one, but central position-wise, ENCE certainly have that. Win Strike northeast, NIP further north, kind of in that isolated field, very hard to transition away from. We do have Bestalosh in the middle of the blue, trying to get back in. Does still have med, so he can maybe heal through this. Is kind of rough, though. As soon as that circle hits, it's going to be very, very painful.
So there we go. There's the compound. We heard from Navi talking about similar situation on when it was down Milter Way, and they were surprised. You know, they got that central compound, and they were surprised it's open. They'd scouted it and just thought there's nobody here, and were so surprised when they moved up. I think ENCE just did a similar thing. You know, the fact that one guy went there. Squeaky is still in heaven, so he's just trying to cause a nuisance. He's actually taking shots on Bestalosh as he goes on by. Bestalosh trying to find a home. 34 health. That's all he's got. 2 first aids, and just trying to see if he can get anything. The irony, by the way, FaZe pulled out of that compound, tried to crash into Reciprocity. Udi is still alive in that compound.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that. You do see the remaining Na'Vi man make it in, but let's look at that new circle as well. Reciprocity are now in the middle of it.
Yep.
It did go that way. It's how it goes sometimes. The teams who are in trouble, Erase Your Edge, M19, NIP, their transitions are not going to be easy in this situation. If you want to look at TSM, for example, they have a little bit of cover. They have the woodland to kind of play around. It does obviously kind of disperse towards the road, but still, it's not bad ground to play from. Squeaky was just trying to be the man to just hedge ENCE's bets. That's fine for him. M19 might be looking that way to try and swing around here. I wonder what Raise Your Edge do now.
M19 are pushing Squeaky. They're actually going to push Heaven. They're just like that. They may think there's a team in there, or maybe they just realize it is just one guy because they're probably just hearing that singular shot. So elite players trying to push in, but he's got the barrel. We were talking about it. He's in the UAZ. He might get caught out. Yes, that's some good headshots.
Really crisp from elite player. That's a clean pickup from him.
And a vehicle.
Flush too, and
it may
a
be
vehicle.
important, that one,
that could really help them unlock this. They did have another vehicle on the way, but you don't have a whole team in one car, so that gives them an option. Raise Your Edge, I don't think, have a vehicle, so they
Wanderer.
do tell a lie. They do.
Wanderer nearly got run over by the Dacia, rolling back down the hill. They're getting shot in the back by Raise Your Edge, and there goes Frolicker catching him out. So they moved into that position.
Nice work from
Wanderer's down
Rail.
as well. We're seeing it in the kill feed. We can see it on the map playing out. So Raise Your Edge basically moved into the exact same position M19 just left.
That's really impressive from Raise Your Edge to be able to do this. They're in the middle of the open. They don't have that brilliant cover to work with, but the Blues now on the back of M19. They have to get moving, and it's just elite player. They lost down so much. Rory finds 6 Mo. TSM still alive, being those woodland creatures they can be, those pesky ones. But elite player, that tag might have... Oh, nice work from Michael. Very crisp. This is good from TSM. This gives them a good run forward. It will always be a problem if it goes north, but that's beyond their control. They've played this well. Raise Your Edge under fire from ENCE now.
Yeah, Raise Your Edge and NIP. Obviously, the two teams chasing.
This is so hard to transition out of.
NIP, this is... Oh, yeah.
God.
Oh, he just bled out, I think.
Yep.
I think he actually got caught a big hit. MBS goes down to Sigsy as well, so Gax is coming straight over here, but really into nothing. There is nowhere to go. He's going to continue round.
Raise Your Edge here.
He's going to try and get the hillside, but ENCE will see him now, yep. So everywhere he goes, he's just getting shot at, trying to find a home, but he's going into the loving arms of TSM, who are sat waiting for him to arrive. He's going to spin around and maybe even find Bestalosh.
Yeah, Gaxi has pulled up, but I don't know if he can manage this one. TSM littered everywhere, and Reciprocity of line of sight somehow. Raffi had an angle, and it's Raffi to get down Gaxi in the end, but this is all piling in. Oh my god! Fast rails, like, please!
I mean, this is horrible. Like, if you don't have a position or a ditch, the circle's pulled away, it's gone to Reciprocity again, and again, FaZe could have stayed in our compound. I hate to bring it to them, but oh yeah, it could have worked out.
There's nothing here. They're being kept alive by smokes and very, very thin amount of that tree. You've got TSM just to the southeast, and TSM might just watch this and slow work in towards the rest of the forest. Have to get past Bestalosh, of course, and I don't know how much Reciprocity can see. You still have Udir over that side as well. The next big problem becomes for ENCE now. They have to find a way through, and there's not much available now.
Yeah, where are they going to go? They're trying to throw the smokes out, Raise Your Edge, but getting shot as you go. Fast rail, no helmet on him. Reciprocity just tracking ENCE as they try and come around, but they're going into Win Strike's sort of field of view as well. There goes Fast Rail, slowly getting picked off as TSM moving in on Raise Your Edge.
Yeah, TSM trying to sweep through this wave, but Rory's out on his own here. Rory's gone further ahead to try and get into the circle. I worry with TSM if they're not playing together, but there's the nades coming through, and Michael needs to be aware that Sigsy and Menox are closer than this. Damage towards Frolicker, sure, but Michael needs to not overextend. That circle is another enemy. That's a good nade, though.
Yeah, catches Sigsy down. ENCE are already eating the nades as well. That's Trifoli and Rustam are the last two standing for them as they move in. There goes Raise Your Edge. Expected TSM will pick them up. TSM collecting quite a few kills from this. They're benefiting from it now. Has ENCE managed to make it into that shack? I think they did.
But I think it's a destructible shack, if I'm not mistaken. Well, that's the one they pulled up to. I don't know if it's still the same one. They might have moved away from that, but yeah, they're in the middle of nowhere. This is just, look at these nades from Win Strike. That's so cruel.
Over the tree as well. He's going for the vert nades, trying to get him over, and he lands it as well. Oh, and the second one looks good as well. Truffley down to nothing.
This should...
That's got him, I think. No, it's too far. I think he caught the rock.
This should be a Reciprocity game. This really should be.
Yeah.
TSM, yes, they still have 4 alive, but you look at where the circle's centering up, they'd have to run the road, and I don't know how much utility they have left. They should have a bit. Win Strike, it's a downhill run into the eyes of Reciprocity, who have very nice cover, because it's very unlikely that Win Strike will still have circle. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. If TSM can get past Bestalosh and lose no one or trade very effectively, maybe it's game on. But already, Haxetti definitely has spotted them out.
Yeah, the 4th highest fragger lying in wait in the grass. Gustav's right up there as well. Right,
there we go.
Trying to clear it out. So Bestalosh got found. Gustav picks him off. So that's going to be Navi down in 6th place. G2 still alive. Oh dear. Still happy in his little compound that he had to fight for and throw every nade that he had in his pocket. Win Strike, of course, still in the granny flats, trying to keep themselves alive.
Yeah, this comes down to a lot of utility play as well. There is one vehicle, I think, there, Win Strike. Okay, now this is... There's still enough of the compound for Reciprocity to play from.
Yep.
they're going to have to be piled in on by everyone if anyone wants to challenge them. TSM, though, I think there's cover on the other side of that road. I think there is a line in which they can cross, but Haxetti going to find Nookie. It's going to be a lot of that, basically, even with all that utility.
I mean, look at Winstrike's run. Like, there's not a lot. There's a couple of rocks and a smallest fade away from Reciprocity's compound. That's really it.
Yeah, this is where
with
it is
a 360 spin.
There is little bits of cover here and there, like this little kind of, like the way the hill rolls up, you can get a little bit out of it, but I don't think you want your whole team there, right? So TSM now has to find a way to negate that. There's a little bit of terrain cover, but it is far from ideal, and Reciprocity still have full vision. Michael just spotted Odir. That's a shot coming through from him, so they know where he is.
Yep, so he's been spotted as he creaks around. Winstrike have actually managed to get just sort of in the edge. If they can get down to Jorski, Jorski's in the circle in a really good spot. Yeah, Udir spotted, so everybody's got eyes on him. That's a big whack. I don't know how many meds he's got left. It doesn't look like too much. Udir, that is a wall of smoke being used by Winstrike. That could work out well. Now it's given them the cover that they needed. You can see Timmy just spotted out by Shiv, but can get away with it. Now they're in the ditch. Now it's down for Reciprocity to start getting mobile.
Yeah, Reciprocity, as much as they're great here for now, you have to start thinking beyond this
There
moment.
goes TSM. They're going over the road.
TSM are trying to make the cross, smokes up. This is the next thing for them. They have to get past the players holding that side. Udir's still there. Now, Reciprocity can definitely see this one. Shiv's angle is good, but Gustav makes it to cover.
So did Wookie.
Gustav's in. Wookie's not in yet. The other three need to still find a little bit of room to get in here.
Now
they're
they're making
clutching
the
at
move.
straws.
They're going through the smoke. They're going making their moves and trying to get across. Reciprocity and napping. Rafi started to move out of the hill now. Trying to get a little bit more vision, trying to push out, but they've got to be careful they don't get caught and caught down straight away immediately. There's a shot returns towards them from TSM.
Yeah, TSM have found a bit of safety, but they need to find better ground than this. They have to ideally just keep Winstrike away. There goes Trifly, who is still alive. ENCE was holding out in the west, very, very slowly creeping in. And you can see the line of sight here is very fine margins to work with. Winstrike at least have a little bit of hard cover to play with, but they're still at the mercy of each other. Both teams, when these smokes fade, can see each other.
Yeah, this next circle shift is basically going to decide who wins. It will go up to
That's not
Winstrike.
bad.
Timmy's got himself dead center here.
All right, but Reciprocity, bear in mind, they still have a lot of utility. They have 6 smokes on Rafi. I know they've got a lot on others. They should be able to create their own avenue forward if they're being proactive. That's what we have to see here.
Yeah.
How well do they play going into this? They don't have that hard cover to play on. They have a little hill that rolls over, but then it's open field.
There's a big rock ahead of them that they're going to be trying to get towards. That is, just inside the zone. Scoom's looking to try and make that little push on the left, and they still need to worry about Udir, who's still lying back there. Just waiting for the blue to push on him, but he's going to be forced to move because he's on the wide edge of it. But so are TSM. So everybody needs to make those positional plays. Yeah, look, with Tixu's still looking over that way. He's well aware of him.
And there comes the circle. Udir needs to move. This could be a jump up for these teams. There's a lot of teams, obviously, with 4 alive. This is the big fight. So,
Ooh, Wookie just took a headshot.
oh, that's a nice shot from Gustav. That might give him a second or two to think. There goes Udir. We're down to 3 teams. And each team, if I'm not mistaken, has 4 players standing. So this is actually a big battle now. Reciprocity under fire. Rafi just copped a hell of a lot of damage. And Temi's position is perfect, but TSM are in the fields.
Tix is moving for that tree. He just took a glimpse of it. Once he landed that headshot, they try to push in. TSM also take advantage. So that simple headshot coming out from Winstrike, actually paying benefits. And Reciprocity, yeah, absolutely fall into the wayside. Tixu comes in. And now they're in nade range. Everything's coming out. Rory hits the dirt. Rafi, that blue is going to hit you. Oh, he's down to 1 hit point as he tries to creep forward.
Rafi get a heal off. I don't think he's got time for the heal, although he needs to put down smokes and work his way in. TSM need to focus on fighting Reciprocity, or at least keeping them pinned down. They're the big threat. They can hide from Winstrike, but Winstrike are going looking. They're starting to spread down towards the south. Reciprocity backs to the blue, being kept alive by the smoke.
Nookie and Jorski ready and waiting for TSM here. This is about to kick off. 11 alive, 3 teams, all in Phase 9.
Those
and there
smokes
is
are fading.
really nothing to hide behind other than these few smokes.
Yeah, TSM really needs to clear out Reciprocity to have a chance to fight against Winstrike, who've somehow come out the victors here. Look at those positions, and it seems to be working that way for now. And Michael landing
Jorski
that
has
shot.
clean angle.
Yeah, this is nice. Winstrike keeping that pressure up. TSM know it. They know where that next threat is, but they might be gunning for second here if they're going to be brutally honest about it. That's a good bit of work.
Yeah, that's Rafi down. The nades are going to come in, can confirm some of the kills, do as much damage as they can, and that leaves Shiv, the last man standing for Reciprocity, and now Jorski looks towards TSM.
Yeah, Winstrike have been waiting in the wings, and you can see the line of sight. They can't see over that ridge just yet until TSM starts working central.
Win Strike lost that game, remember. They were so close against NIP. They
Ship's
can't
done.
throw it away, but it is a 4-on-4. Here we go, team fight.
Yeah, look at the utility lacking from TSM. I know Winstrike still has a bit, so TSM are just down to gunfight. That's all they've got.
Look at
They
Tixu's
need
angle.
to take down Tixu, and they can't. He's already found Wookiee.
Gets a great little spray
Michael
down.
too.
Rory can't catch him.
Oh,
Tixu is
Rory.
going off that little off angle, working well. And Tixu gets the entirety of TSM. It's a 12-kill round, and they finally get themselves a victory.
That angle was so pivotal for them there. That allowed them so much room to play, so much safety. And I thought he was maybe good for one, maybe two, but no, he took it all on himself and delivered.
They were so close against NIP, but to get their second win here, it's going to feel quite nice. You know, they felt they had it against NIP, but the little off angle from VOD caught them off guard, and he managed to take down 3 of their members in quick action. Reciprocity themselves, you're going to be looking at it thinking, they had the compound, it went their way, it went their way, it went their way. I just don't think they were proactive enough at the time when they saw teams starting to move. Win Strike smoke walled to hell going down the left side. TSM smoke walled over the side. Reciprocity just let it all play out.
Yeah, it's never an easy situation. Reciprocity would have to have thought, 2-3 steps ahead, use that utility super early because, keep in mind, once Winstrike got past ENCE, they cleared out that northern side, they did manage to find that cover towards the end. That was very, very big for them. Whoever made that call to move down when they did was very imperative. They managed to kind of stave off TSM, force TSM and Reciprocity to fight, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, very messy game for everyone. I think TSM probably 10+ kills. Winstrike definitely 10+ kills there. Reciprocity, I don't really know actually how many they had.
No,
I don't
I'm
think
not
they benefited that well. But you've got to be thinking, we were looking at the angles of Rafi, and I think maybe even Shiv.